Hey guys, thanks for choosing my video over the millions of other videos you could have chosen. And here we are, you and me together. What's going on? Well, I'll tell you what, my wife just got deported out of Denmark. And we've been together since 2019. So currently I'm waking up in the middle of the night thinking she's laying next to me. She's not. She had to fly back to Thailand. They sent us the letter Wednesday before Easter, which is when immigration, the foreign ministry, is closed on Wednesday, so you can't call them if you have questions. My wife was a member of a few groups, so thousands got denied a family reunion, even though European law says it's your right to be with your wife or partner if you've been together for several years. Denmark, however, don't follow European law. I'm not sure what they follow. I thought that this was a home run. We paid nearly 12,000 to have these people at the foreign ministry spend a year to figure out that she can't stay. And my wife, she's gone to university for 8 years. She speaks Chinese, she speaks Thai, she speaks English. Very good, fluent in all of these languages. She's learned a little bit of Danish. Has not passed the Danish test. We did not think that was necessary. Looking back, that would have probably helped. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I must say, I remember my queen, the Queen of Denmark. She used to, in her New Year's speech, bless the foreigners, the people abroad. And she used to always say that in her New Year's speech and remind the citizens of Denmark how great a value these people are. And I've been traveling for 25 years, so I thought I was some kind of value, and I thought that coming home with my wife was kind of my right to be with my wife. So it's horrible not being with my wife, and we kind of don't know what to do right now. I mean, reading online, lots of people are separated from their kids, even separated from their wives, not able to be together. I believe Sweden and Germany, they follow European law. At this point, I feel like I need a lawyer to get this kind of done. I need an immigration lawyer. I need some money. Maybe I need a higher education. I don't know. It motivates you. It kind of it's trying to push me over the edge. It's trying to get me to become a dedicated full-time villain. You know what I mean? Right? How to make someone a terrorist? You know what I mean? Deny him his rights. My wife is my love, my everything. And now that we're not together, it's hard. I'm trying to turn it around into something positive. This is where you got to be strong, right? Even though it's easy to shed a little tear as you do. You get more sensitive as you get older, I find. What do you guys think? I'm going to turn 50 this year, so that's something. My wife's from Thailand. I lived in Thailand for 13 years. I've been abroad for 25 years. And coming home, I did not feel that welcome. I must say, I went into the local office to get registered. I'm back. I'm home. I carry a Danish passport. And They kind of made me feel like they weren't too sure. They weren't too sure that I was even welcome home. That's kind of how I felt. You know what I mean? And now you got this. And the kicker, and you can make of it what you will, but the letter we received denying her family reunion in Denmark. We're talking about just a 2-year visa. That's what she would have gotten. So after 2 years, it's not like she's becoming a Danish citizen, or it's just applying for family reunion where she would get a 2-year visa to stay in Denmark, and she would still have to pass several Danish tests and all this stuff that we were prepared for. The whole progress, we have no contact person. There's no contact person. We have no idea who's evaluating all the paperwork that we send in. And the form that you use online to send in this paperwork, there's no history. So you can't go back and see, what did we send? What is this communication? If you try to call the foreign ministry, there's minimum 2 hours waiting. And then all you can get on the line is it feels like customer support. All they can do is look up your number and kind of verify that you do have a case and you do exist. And then that's all they can do. You can't talk to anyone that has a insight into your case. And then we wait a whole year and we receive an answer on the Wednesday before Easter, when the foreign ministry is closed. And then you got Easter, and my wife is a member of all kinds of groups where people are doing the same thing, and apparently thousands received denial that Wednesday before Easter. And Wednesdays is when the foreign ministry is closed. And then you got Easter, when lawyers and ministers and all this shit is on holiday, right? So what can you do? You can't get advice. You can't do nothing. And then you get a 20-page PDF where half of it is just threats on what will happen if you don't leave, right? How they will come, chase you down, pick you up, throw you out, and then you won't be allowed in for 10 years or whatever if you overstay, right? The kicker, the whole thing that kind of got me, and you tell me if it gets you, because the letter then is signed, someone we never heard about, talked to, or anything. He's named the guy who signed the letter that denied us when we got the answer that says, my wife's name, you are denied stay in Denmark and have to leave within a few days or else, was signed Arif Amit Muhammad, right? Which is not a Danish name. And that just makes you think, right? Currently, I'm supervising construction sites in a part of Copenhagen called Nørrebro, where sometimes it don't look very Danish, you know what I'm saying? It's full of Muslims, and that's fine. I appreciate every culture, but it kind of makes you think that you're getting deported by someone with a name like that, right? I don't know. It's not a valid argument. I do know that. It's not a value argument. It just makes you think, right? And then people go, why do you think she got deported? Well, we don't freaking know. We don't know. I could say there would be a better chance if I had a long education. I've had a software company for 20 years. Self-employed, self-taught. Back then, when I started, there was no education to get into software. I even helped the government write the web integrator education at the technical schools in Copenhagen. They headhunted me to help get them started with these educations back at around the millennium, right? I've done all kinds of stuff. So funny thing is, right? They wanted me to prove that I have worked, and I've worked since I was 10, right? So what I did was I go into, it's called ATP. I think it's some kind of pension thing where you pay, and then it's online. It actually shows you all the jobs I've had since I was 10 years old. Back in the day, you could actually work when you were 10 years old. I know now, I don't know, you got to be 21 before you can work or whatever. But so I give that, and I give them the company is called CVR numbers, where you see the companies that I have registered. And then in the letter, they still show a little doubt that I've actually been working. You know what I'm saying? And then my wife, she proves her diploma from university, which includes English on a high level, right? And they are still uncertain that she might be able to pass a B1 English test, which she could pass anytime, any day, right? If they're really interested, why wouldn't they call us in for a meeting? You know what I'm saying? So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Right? Well, we're on the phone together every day, doing video calls every day. Thank God for that. And then I'm just trying to save up money. And we're going to make a plan. We're going to make a plan, but it's definitely motivating to turn into some kind of super villain. You know what I mean? Super villain. I think, politicians, what if you're a politician, you get it done? Is there any politicians even taking the side of the average working man? You know what I mean? Whether we're talking Democrats or conservatives, they're all just fucking at the teat of the big companies, right? They're all at the teat of the big companies. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just letting things out. This is unscripted. I just want the world to know that this could be happening to you if you happen to fall in love and marry someone far, far away, right? I thought that was my right to come home and stay with my wife. Like I said, she's got an education. She got her own savings, as do I. We pay our own bills. We got no criminal records. We're ready to get her on that Danish course, whatever. We pay all that money for them to apply. It's not free to apply if you want family reunion. Pay a lot of money for that. Just to get a letter from Mr. Amit Arasif Mohammed, whatever his name is, something like that. Deny you that. And with even a comment at the end, a cheeky comment at the end that says, but you're welcome to move to Thailand and try out your family, to try to build a family there. How cheeky is that? How cheeky is that unnecessary comment, right? And I did everything I could before we initiated this progress to figure out what to do, what was necessary for us to pass this test, for us to live up to these demands. I would have never paid 12,000 crowns and apply for family reunion if I thought that we were going to get denied. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't they call us in or give us the needed information to understand what is needed to get approved. You know what I'm saying? To get approved. Of course, there's no refunds. There's no refunds. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Become stronger, better than ever, or turn into a super villain? Right? Because we're not giving up, and I want this to be known. Yeah. I don't know. Are we free? You know, we all hold passports. It's really just proof that you're owned by your country. Your country owns you. We're not free to move around in this world. We apparently carry different weights. I don't know. I'm a little bit out of balance. So maybe I don't see the bigger picture. Maybe some of y'all can remind me. So far, I've not met anyone who thought that this was a wise decision. Everyone that I talked to, and I've talked to a lot of people, are surprised, disgusted, and ashamed of what happened. Shamed for this country. And a lot of people feel that whatever laws were set up for this to be like this was not to make it so I can't be with my wife. So yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry. But also I'm determined to turn it into something positive. I'm determined to make it work. I'm determined to be strong. And I'm not gonna, I try not to shed a tear, even though I am soft-hearted, sensitive, have feelings, and love my wife to bits. I feel that it's, I'm getting violated. I feel like it's, human rights are being broken, all kinds of shit, right? But I don't know where to put my anger. I don't know where to complain. I don't know what to do about this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just a small man with little to no funds. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get a thumbs up for the mic on a stick. And yeah, the state of the world. You know what I'm saying? The state of the world. I was just watching the parades in Moscow showcasing that young boys can walk in line with very high knees. You know what I'm saying? And Putin shaking hands. All his generals, they all look a little bit bloated. I noticed they all looked a little bit bloated. Are they all alcoholics? You know what I'm saying? All these freaking generals. But then they had a chat going on YouTube because it was like a live stream from the parade. And it just reminded me how proud everyone are of their countries. You know what I mean? If you're from Thailand, you're proud to be from Thailand. If you're from Denmark, proud to be from Denmark. If you're from India, you're proud to be from India. And Russia and Ukraine and UK. But are we brainwashed into being so proud of, you know what I mean? Because we do have, why are we all so polarized, right? Why are we so busy at being proud of our countries when all our countries is really just the ownership of you, right? Your country owns you. And we all, like, our culture is threatened. Your culture is threatened. Culture is dynamic. Language is dynamic, right? If you know the story of Babel, do I say that right, from the Bible, where humans were building this tower up in the sky and they built it too high. God didn't like it. He felt threatened that we were building a tower up in the sky. And we did that by cooperating, right, working together. We could build this big tower. So he punished us, and the punishment was that we spoke different languages, and thus working together would be harder, right? Funny thing is, now we're back again, kind of speaking the same language. Everybody speaks English, everybody can translate, and we're kind of building into the sky again. But what I'm saying is, we're not supposed to be polarized. We're supposed to speak the same language. And I think we need, our culture, every culture needs to be more local, really. But we need to have one thing in common. We need like a shaman, you know what I mean? A shaman, a medicine man that connects us to the dirt, to the spirits, to what it means to be human. Instead, we're all just competing. We're competing. And then we're so busy, waving our flags. Like your culture is threatened. Why is that? Why is your culture threatened? It's threatened. I know I'm talking out of my ass. This is unscripted, unprepared. I just needed to get this out off my chest. You know what I'm saying? I need to get it off my chest because it's summertime, and me and my beautiful wife be gone through winter. We spent all this time looking forward for summer. I got my paddleboard ready, and I just got 2 life vests. Little red one and a big black one for me. 2 life vests so we can go out on the paddleboard in Copenhagen Harbor and enjoy the summer with everybody else. Now I'm looking out the window in this beautiful weather, seeing all the flowers, all the trees are green, everything blossoming. It's happening so quick because spring is an awesome time here in Denmark, and my wife is not here. This was it. This was where we were going to have fun and enjoy this together. And they stole that from us. Right? It's difficult. And I wake up in the night and I think she lay next to me, and she don't. We're on the phone, we're on the chat, on the text. I love you, baby. How you doing, baby? Sending selfies, sending photos. Look, this is what I'm eating. This is what I'm doing. It's not the same. It's not the same. And the time zones are different. Right? So we're not in sync. We're not in sync. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult when you're not in sync, because when you're tired and you're done and you finish your day and you talk to someone who's just waking up and getting ready, it's different. It's harder to relate. You know what I'm saying? But it's very tempting to turn into the super villain. Just turn into a super villain. It's better to stay strong. Be stronger. Become stronger. And I've done that. Since she left, I've been hitting the gym every single day. And I've quit all the candy. So I'm doing my best here. I'm going to try to save. But it's not a lot I can save. And the next move is it's going to be cost a lot. And even getting a tourist visa for my wife is difficult, even though she's been here twice now. And they gotta, every time she goes through the airport, they pull her to the side and ask her all these stupid questions. So I feel violated. You know what I'm saying? I feel violated. I feel like I should be an asset to this country. I just always thought, while traveling, I always thought about my queen in her New Year's speeches, giving a shout out to all the people traveling, all the people outside of Denmark, reminding everyone how they bring value home, how they go out, discover, get inspired by other cultures, and bring home valuable knowledge, valuable stuff from other cultures. And yet, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Yet here we are. I'm 100% Danish. I've lived outside of Denmark most of my life. That is true. But why am I denied to be with my wife? Politics, right? Politics. Politicians nowadays have 90% of them have never had a proper job, a real job. Being a politician is not a real job, right? Am I right? It's being a politician, right? Shouldn't a requirement to being a politician be that you at least had 5 years of proper work experience out in the real world, no fucking politics, just worked a proper job, right? And fun fact, all these politicians, right, they're all getting gifted summer houses in freaking, all kind of exotic places. Where are you getting that shit? Where are you getting them things you got scattered around the world, right? With the official pay that you're getting, right? There's corruption on so many levels, right? Politics. Politicians, right? They're just fighting to get on the teeth of the big companies, right? They're willing to fucking slay a whole community so Google can build a data farm, right? Without having no freaking clue what's going on. All they know is that that's going to be a big check on the desk in the morning, right? But that's the thing. We let this happen because we all have this dream that maybe money will come to you, right? So we let it happen. This greed, this out of control greed, this out of control control. And then when shit hits the fan, we blame other cultures, I guess, right? Because that's the easiest thing to do, right? But yeah, take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. Keep your head high and do the best you can do, right? Once I got beat up by a whole group of policemen in Copenhagen for no freaking reason. They even ruined my clothes. I was very young. I never forget that. And since that day, I swore that I would never turn my back to an official again. You know what I'm saying? I will never let that happen again. And while all this is happening, the news feed keeps popping up how Denmark is the most happiest, the most wonderful, and the most responsible country in the world. Well, I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit corrupt in the regards to immigration right now, because I'd be happy to slide the official a few thousands to get my wife that freaking stamp and just forget about it, as you do other places. You know what I'm saying? Well, turning into a super villain, is that an option? No, because I'm a man of faith. I'm a man of faith. And I had my talk with shamans, men that are connected to what life really is. And if this is my test, if this is my burden, I'll freaking carry it, right? But it does remind you that, man, in some cases you just need a little tip, a little tap, a little push to get over the edge. And then it's a whole different beast. You know what I'm saying? And for a moment I thought, am I pushed over the edge? Right? Am I pushed over the edge? Because that's up to me, right? I say no. I say no. I'll be strong. And we'll find a way. And it's just going to be a little bump in the road. But these motherfuckers can go fuck themselves. Still. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you all can't use this for nothing, right? There was no guidance in this video, no help, no how to do, no, maybe none of the stuff you were looking for. This is just a tragic story of an old man not getting his way. As we heard before, we heard the story so many times before. You fucking Lucy, you. Right? Beep. Right? How about we get him out of the way too? Just get it all out of the way, and then we build a big data farm, right? They got boxing bags, and we do sparring at my gym. So that's my let out. That's where I get out my anger. And I'm straight out the gym, boys. Straight out the gym. Feeling like $1 million. Just need a shave. Haven't shaved for a few days. And if it weren't for that, the gym, my temple, I'll probably be over the edge. But that's where I kind of let it out. You know what I'm saying? I let it out. But I feel violated. I've been violated. It's a crime against human rights. I better stop here. I think I've said a few things that I probably don't mean in this video and that could definitely be misunderstood. I just wanted to let it out here and let it be known. Kind of just give you some details of what I've experienced and what's going on. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm a little bit angry. Right? What's that song? Don't push me, 'cause I'm close to the edge. You heard that song? I can relate. Anyways, much love, and may you prosper and get your way in life. I think we get what we ask for. We just got to ask the right questions, right? And then we got to work. Work will make you free. Goodbye. See you on the tripod. I'm out.